Today we're going to look at the definition of Son of God. But the word Son of God is obviously a little bit different because there's in capital letters, which is what we're going to study now, against Son of God without capital letters. There's a distinction. So Son of God with capital letters means Christ, because he said, I am the Son of God, and when he said it with capital letters. When he said Son, capital letters, of man, well, there's no capital letters, man has no capital letters, he is defining the essence of God of man, which means he is God, Son, the Son, God the Son, is putting himself inside a body of a man without capital letters, which is very interesting. So it's defining God becoming a man, Son capital, man no capital letters. Very interesting. But let's read a little bit. John 1:34. And I saw and bear record that this is the Son of God. So right here is defining this is the Son of God with capital letters. There's no minor letters. There's no it's capital letters. It's Son of God, V1. Luke 22:69. Here thereafter shall the Son of Man. So again, shall the Son of Man. So Son, capital, of man, not capital, which it's defined as God Himself. Okay, inside a man's body, sit in the right hand of the power of God. So the Son, capital letters, of man, no capital letters, sits in the right hand power of the power of God, capital letters. So the Son is part of the property of God because He sits in His throne, okay, in the right hand, but He is in a human flesh body at this point. Luke 22:70. Then said they all, Are thou then the Son of God? This is what the Pharisees told her. Are thou then the Son of God? Capital letter, Son of God. And He said unto them, Ye say that I am. So He said, Ye say that I am. Like, yes. Now He would say, no, I'm not. But He said it like He was making fun of them. So then said, Ye are the Son of God, capital letter. So they asked Him if He was the one, capital letter, Son of God. And He said unto them, Yea, ye say that I am. So He's saying, yes, I am. John 3:18. He that believe on Him, on the Son, is not condemned. But he that believe not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son, capital letters, of God. This is what Christ said. So it's condemned already, okay, it's predestination, because he not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God, capital letters. So it's not a minor letter, it's capital. He is the Son of God, the one Messiah. John 3:36. He that on the Son had everlasting life, Son, capital letters again. So he that on the Son had everlasting life, believe it, and he that believed not on the Son shall not see life. So he that believed in the Son, capital letters, the one true Son, had everlasting life, and he that believed not the Son, capital letters, shall not see life, but the wrath of God abides in him. So again, He's defined Himself as the Son of God, capital letters. Now let's check the other part here. See? Maybe here better. Perfect. Okay. John 5:25 says the following. Verily, verily, I say unto you, That hour is coming. So he knows the hour. He is the Father. And now is when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God. Again, you'll know the voice of the Son, capital letters, of God, and they that bear shall live. So again, he's calling himself the Son of God, capital letters, no doubt. John 6:27, labor not for the meat which perisheth. This is human meat, believe in people, because that perishes, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life. He said, eat my meat, because in the Last Supper he said, this is my blood, eat my bread. Again, this is referring to him, not to man. Do not labor for the meat which perishes. Me, you, anybody. Don't believe anybody. He's saying, believe in me, because my meat endureth unto everlasting life. It's sacrifice, which is the Son of Man. Again, Son, capital letters, of man, no capital letters. So, Son, God, the Son, God, of man. He becomes in human flesh. Son of man. John 9:35. Jesus heard that they had cast him out. This is the guy that he cured. And when he had found him, he said unto him, dost thou believe in the Son of God? Again, Christ is telling this man, does thou believe in the Son, capital letters, of God? John 10:36. Say ye of him whom the Father hath sent and sent into the world, thou blasphemest. Okay, because he was calling himself God. Because I said I am the Son of God. Again, capital letters, Son of God. He is the one true Son of God. He shares the nature. Now, to confirm all this, we go back to the Old Testament and Daniel, and this is what we see. Daniel 3:25. I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire. And they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God, capital letters. So again, the Son of the Lord, capital letters, Son of the Lord, Son of the God, is in capital letters, defining that this is Christ. Christ was here present in the Old Testament. If you look the other videos that I have, past videos, you'll see this is true. Now, and this is in Daniel 3:25. Now, we should study the things on context. For example, if you see a colon and then you see Son of God, right? When it starts semicolon Son, capital letters, of God, perhaps this is not the Son, this is not Christ, for 2 reasons. Because there's after a semicolon, we use capital letters Son. So it's not, sometimes you'll see in the Bible, in the Old Testament, and it'll say, the Son of Man, Son of God. And many times you'll see that the Son is not in capital letters, so therefore it's not Christ. Son of Man is not Christ. And if you see Son of God or Son of Man after a colon or after a dot, you'll see that perhaps this is not Christ. But when you see no grammatical laws that apply to the Son of God without being him, then he is. So for example, if you see a phrase and then in the middle of the phrase, it says Son of God, and there's not a colon, or there's not a punctuation there to finish the sentence, then you'll know that that is Christ. So Son of Man and Son of God in the Old Testament, when it's not under a grammatical law, as we have in the Western world, that is Christ. So you understand that Jesus Christ is God, and he is in the Old Testament. So every time you see the capital letter Son, you know that's Christ. So thank you very much, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you.